Judgment Day, Chasing the Black Caped Man, All Amazing Pieces. What's up, Aaron? How we doing? Usual suspects out there. I see you all. I see you all. Your boy sees you. How we doing? Throw a like on the video. Let people know we're live. We are rocking out today, and I'm ready to get it going. I'm ready to see what we do here. Now, this site, it's got like an odd situation with its streaming. Like you can't do much with the window. So, hang on a second. Let me. Not that one. Okay, yeah, no, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were looking good over here. So. Place your bets. What surprises are we getting today? What surprises are we getting today? I think we're gonna get Vincent. I think we're gonna see Vincent. Andrew with the $5. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Sending the love from England across the pond. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the kind support. Every little bit helps. Every little bit's appreciated. Before we start. Alright, I want to let you all know we got some cool stuff happening. This channel is going to be a big channel moving forward. I've been working with some people. I've got some original shows that are going to be coming on weekly where we talk about legends in the JRPG genre, legends in the gaming genre in general. Working on a possible daily morning show, a 20-minute show we do every morning. And I'm talking to some other creators that are game designers in the industry and stuff like that, and we may be doing some stuff with them. So we've got a lot of stuff cooking here at the channel, and I want to let you all know that everything you all do is appreciated, and I am excited at the opportunity to do these things. So yeah, and we'll be rebranding the name of the channel a little bit soon. And I've got a lot of cool stuff happening. So if you have not become a member here on Patreon, please consider doing so, because there will be a lot of original content coming your way as well. Daily content, vlogs, things like that. Starting this week, we've got some stuff, and I'm finally finishing my big magnum opus Final Fantasy VII Remake Saga video. This thing's about an hour long. It is well edited. It's high level professional editing, cuts, voiceover, explanations, deep dives, what ifs. It's everything basically that I've ever theorized about the story, and the reason I've theorized those things, coming from a director, coming from a writer, coming from an animation person, why I've thought those things over the years, the reasons you found me, and it's going to be one massive video, and I'm hoping to have that out in a couple of weeks for you all. So it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. You all been asking for it for a while. I've been teasing that it actually exists, and I'll be dropping it probably around Halloween, which is my birthday, so I'm excited. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening. I'm doing good, Moogle. I'm doing good, Mog. How you doing? I would love to see something with Sid today too. I'm just hoping for something cool. It'll be interesting to hear the voice actors talk about some things, but honestly, the voice actors can't give a lot of juicy tidbits, really, right? It's going to be, I love my character because this. I think the characters in this are great. The game looks visually stunning. You're going to love it. See you in February. And it's going to be that from like every voice actor, basically. With a little bit of like panache thrown in there. But I think the real surprises will be reserved for Hamaguchi and whoever shows up via video. I think Hamaguchi's there live. Based on rumors that I've heard, Hamaguchi is in the house. He is not... Alright, he's not going to be on a video prompter. He is there, from what I understand. So, there's that. Oh, that just came up on the thing. Thank you again, Andrew. #1 track. The #1 track I'm looking forward to hearing in Final Fantasy VII when it's all said and done. The finale. Right here. This is the piece. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. This is the piece I'm most looking forward to hearing in the game. This is the piece I'm most looking forward to hearing in the game. I was editing the middle portion of the massive Final Fantasy VII Remake Saga video I'm working on, and I had this playing over a sequence that I had edited in, and it was it moved me. It moved me. You all know I'm not the type of guy to cry a whole lot on command in his videos. You know what I mean? It's not how I was raised. But when something does move me, it's moving. And I heard this track the other day, and it just moved me. It just really did. I loved it. Just imagining what this ending's gonna look like with this playing. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Hey, Nincompoop Scoop, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. Another Kaufmanite in the Legion. Yeah. This is one of those tracks that's just absolutely amazing. So I'm really stoked to hear it. And you know they'll go crazy with it, because I don't think there'll be numerous versions of this song like there are for the other thing. I think this is the last thing that will play in the game, the last piece of music we hear, except for the ending credits or whatever. Turn that back down now. I think we're getting ready to start. Everybody's probably getting up there and getting set. I had to holler at John Eric Bentley. He probably hasn't seen it, but I gave him a shout out. He's a cool dude. And for those of you that know, he is in Aurora, my animated series we're working on. He plays Reese, a former knight, now Ronin. He is in there. He's a big part of the cast. He's a big part of the story. We're excited to have him, of course. Ooh, I hear some popping happening. Let's switch it on over. Switch it on over. So I started to hear like some mic popping happening over there. Let's see. So, what's everybody most excited for today? What kind of things are we looking for? Kaufmanites. What's the #1 thing we're looking for today? What if Gax shows up on screen? I am also a voice actor in this. Wonder who he'd be playing. Oh, I thought I heard some music coming from that end. Okay. Yeah, that's the #1 thing I want to see. I want to see what Vincent looks like, and I want to see him going ham. I want to see him going ham. Yeah, I do want to temper expectations. This is not like a big gaming show reveal thing. That's not what this is going to be. We're going to get some little character things. I think we'll get Vincent. I think it's almost a lock we get Vincent. We're going to see Vincent. We might or might not see Sid. That's the one I would really love to see in here.
So honored you're here.
Oh, here we go.
You probably have no idea who I am. I'm Chad Conselmo. I'm the senior PR manager for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We're so proud of this game.
Oh, that's a full house.
So excited for you all to be here. But
That's
I know
a full
there are
house.
0 people in this room that are here to see me. 0. The only person that wants to see me is my mom, and she is watching on live stream.
No,
so
she's
hello,
not.
Mom.
No,
That's
she's
so
not
sweet.
watching.
Thank you. That's so nice. But
she's hanging
I
out
am
with the
here
girls.
to introduce our host of the panel. He is a prolific voice actor. He's done a ton of video games.
He almost said it.
You probably all know him. He's amazing. He also is the host of a very popular show called Critical Role.
He almost said it. It almost felt like he almost said,
amazing.
he is Vincent Valentine.
Let's
Oh,
all
wait.
bring out, give a round of applause to Matt Mercer.
I swear, I felt like he almost said it. Ah, look what he's wearing. The crowd knows it. Look what he's wearing. Listen to the crowd.
What is up, New York Comic Con?
Yeah, he's Vincent.
I am so excited to be here to help bring in and host this Final Fantasy VII Rebirth panel.
Look at what he's wearing.
This game, I mean, this series of new games, but the original as well, are so important to me. Some of the most formative video games in my youth that have informed me as a human being, my nerddom, and put me here before you today. So I'm
There
so
it is.
honored to be here.
Look at what he's wearing.
Me. I love you guys too. You're amazing. But sincerely, this is a special celebration. I'm excited to be a part of it here with you. And, well, there are a ton of extremely iconic characters in this game. Probably some of the most iconic in video game history. And we happen to have most of them here with us today on the panel. So to that point, are y'all ready to meet the cast of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? I can do a little better than that. Are you ready to hear from the cast of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
Let's go.
That's more like it. Alrighty. Kicking this off here, we have the spiky-haired first-class soldier himself, the voice of Cloud Strife, Cody Christian!
Brought to you by DoorDash.
Following up here, we have Dad of the Century and leader of the Fantastic Group Avalanche, the voice of Barrett Wallace, John.
The dad.
Hey!
Barrett's super dad. Hey, what's up, buddy?
When you have more time to play with.
Next,
I'll be playing with you after the
we have
stream
his
here.
right-hand gal,
Okay,
purveyor
can I
of the
hang out
Seventh
with
Heaven
you?
Bar,
You want to hang out and watch the live stream
voice
with me?
of Tifa Lockhart, Britt Barrett.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah,
You want look at the camera and say hi to everybody?
yeah.
Connor had an accident yesterday. He fell off of he fell off of a zip line. It was a small zip line, but he hit his face on the ground.
Quadrupedal,
Little fella.
Firetail,
You okay?
Wise old beast.
All right.
The voice of Red 13,
Hi.
Max Middleman.
Hi. Look at the camera and say hi.
Hi.
Well, I'll be done with this here shortly, and I can come out and play. What do you want to play?
Transformers.
Transformers?
Finally,
Okay, we'll play. Who am I going to be?
Star of Final Fantasy
Wheeljack.
VII Remake.
Wheeljack. You'll be the Wheeljack.
Returning as a playable
I'll be
character
Wheeljack for you.
in
Alright.
Rebirth.
Alright then,
Keep
buddy.
an eye on your material. My
Alright,
words are
but let me
real
get this
fast.
done, okay?
Voice of
Okay.
Yuzi.
High five.
Yuffie
Alright.
Kisaragi.
Daya.
Susie.
Well,
Well, some of the stuff they show on here might be a little scary for you, so. But I'll be out in a little bit, okay? Is that cool?
I can't be with you.
You want to just hang out in here?
Fantastic. Thank you all so
All right,
much
but you
for
gotta be
joining
quiet
us.
and just
Super
sit
excited.
here,
While we have you
okay?
here, why don't we go down the line
That
here,
sound
each kind of
boring.
introduce
It might be a
yourself
little
with
boring
little,
for you.
Hang on.
maybe
Okay.
seldom known little fact.
I'll be out in a little bit.
Hi guys, my name is Cody Christian. It's so amazing to be here and to be able to present this game. So much time.
He just kind of wanders in here sometimes.
And this is honestly the first time I've had the chance to publicly do it. So, fun fact about me: this is number one, and I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Hey everybody.
John Eric Bentley.
Hey everybody. I am John Eric Bentley and I get to play one of the most iconic characters in my life, Barrett. And fun fact about me is that I am thrilled to be in New York City. Last time I was here, it was some crazy circumstances, so to be back here.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. How's the volume?
So many cool fans is awesome. You don't know.
How's the volume?
Hi guys, I'm Britt Barron, the voice of Tifa. I had prepared a more embarrassing fun fact, so I'm a little stunned by your lack of sharing information.
Can't share all that stuff yet.
But this is a small group, so it'll stay between us, I'm sure, right? Oh God. I wish. I still sleep with my baby blanket, and I'm a Pokemon.
I'm not alone.
Are you serious?
No.
No, not at all.
But that'll stay here, right? In this room.
In this room.
Yeah, you're live streaming to about 100,000 people right
Hi
now.
everyone, I'm Max Edelman, the voice of Red 13, the Red of Voice 13. And fun fact about me, I am a published scientific journalist for my work in 2007 on the Drosophila Genome Project. It makes me sound like a mad scientist. In reality, I just pulled apart little fruit flies under a microscope. That's all I did. It was disgusting work, and I'm proud of it, very proud of it. Me and the other 250 people who did it as well, so, yeah.
A bit louder.
And now look at you. Now you're a lab rat dog.
And now I'm a lab rat.
How's that?
Woo! Hi, everyone. I am Susie Young, and I voice the single white rose of Wutai, the one and only
So many NDAs flying around on that stage right now. So many NDAs.
Fun fact, I was here at New York Comic Con last year for a premiere of the show called Chainsaw Man. And now I'm here again, surprisingly, with this amazing, beautiful
I almost
cast,
went.
and
I
I'm
almost
so,
went to this
so
show.
excited to be here. So thank you so much.
We're so happy to have you all here, but there is also someone else who wants to say hi, even though they couldn't join us here. If we can go ahead and start the video, if you don't mind.
Hello, New York Comic Con.
Oh yeah, Brianna White. I thought it was weird that she wasn't there.
To celebrate Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm Brianna White. I'm the English voice actress of Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I so wish I could be there to celebrate with you all today. But I hope you're having an amazing time. I've been told to give a short intro about myself with a few little fun facts. So the first is that I've been a gamer pretty much my whole life. I can remember when I was 3 years old, I would sit on my mom's lap and play King's Quest with her. So lending my voice to Aerith is the absolute and complete highlight of my life.
The volume
And then the little
is.
silly thing about me that
Volume
you
is
may not
there,
know
baby.
is that I love pickles. I'm obsessed with them. They're my favorite food. And I was once given a blind taste test of
I'm not
all
a
the
pickle
3 major
person.
brands, and I nailed it. So I'm a self-proclaimed aficionado. That's a little bit about me. I wish I could be
The
there
live
with you all
stream
today, but
is
please enjoy this panel. Have the best
on the Popverse. I'm on popverse.com. That's where I'm at. So
Thank you, Brianna. We miss you. You know, actually, so I don't feel so left out, I guess I'll intro myself as well. My name is Matthew Mercer. I mentioned I'm a voice actor. Happy to host this panel. A little known fact, some of you may or may not know, I did some background voices actually in Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was a huge honor. A number of characters, including one that was named in the script, I think Vigo, is like a wall market thug saying phrases in the background. So that's
I
kind of
remember that guy.
Yeah. No, you're the only one. No.
He probably killed him with the Buster Sword.
I probably had it coming. Actually, while I'm on that topic, let me also address some of these rumors on social media that I've seen out there. Some people have been making certain preconceived notions. I guess I'll go ahead and clear the air here. I am in the cast of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I will not be returning as Vigo, the Wall Market Thug. I am happy to make it official that I am the voice of Vincent Valentine.
there he is. There he is.
Let's go!
There he is. There it is.
Oh, hell no! Y'all better get up! That's Vincent! That's huge! Oh, boy.
Oh man, John. The hype man.
Oh, it feels so good to get that off my chest. Oh my
It
goodness.
was Vincent's birthday yesterday.
I know!
Happy birthday,
This is the
Vincent!
official card.
Hey, you vampire.
Happy birthday to me.
He just gave a taste.
Man, I can't even express it. I need a full panel on its own to express how excited I am to be amongst all of this incredible group of people, to be part of a game and a character that means so much to me. I had the opportunity when I found this out to reach out to my dear friend Steve Bloom, who had played him in previous games. And
What I tell you all?
to both ask for his blessing and
What I tell you?
excited I was to bring that energy into this, and he was super excited and said there's nobody else who I'd rather have do it. And so this is a shout out to you, Steve, carrying that love into this project.
I
And
told
thank
you
so
all.
much for being so welcoming, for making this little nerd boy's dream come true.
I told you all Matt Mercer was going to contact Steve Bloom because they're tight and ask for his blessing.
But
I
enough
told
about
you.
me. We're now going to go ahead and get this panel.
Yeah,
properly
man,
started.
that's-
We're gonna have
that's
a quick
awesome.
Overview of
I was-
what we're
I was
gonna go
wondering
over
about
here
that.
for this event. We're going to begin with just a conversation about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and all of your roles in it, your experiences. Then we're going to go into some social media gathered questions from all of you folks in the community. Get your fantastic, well thought out, I'm
Interesting.
sure, entirely prepared
Interesting.
answers. I'm going to catch you all off guard. It's going to be real embarrassing. I'm super excited for you. And then we have a
Hit the
mystery
like button if you would. Let people know I'm
at the end of this
live.
panel.
That's the only way
So I
YouTube
guess
will
we'll
let
just have
people
to
know
hold
I'm
on and
live
see
is if
where
that
that
like
takes
button
us.
is going up.
But that being the case, let's go ahead and kick off the panel discussion here with the rest of you fine folks. First off, I think this is a very important question. I think it's really on everyone's mind. How do y'all feel about Red 13 riding on a chocobo? Like, this is... I'm gonna go to Max for this one first. Max, how, like please, emotionally, psychologically, like,
Yeah.
how does this sit with you?
It was really touching when I first saw the images of Red riding the chocobo. I didn't know when I was recording it, but I think when Susie actually sent me a screenshot for the first time, I shed a tear. And I couldn't have been prouder. I'm sorry. No, when Susie sent me the screenshot, my reaction was, "Ah!" I had no idea that they were going to have Red riding a chocobo, and it's everything. I think the fans have been waiting 26 years for this moment right here. This is probably the crowning achievement of my
Yeah,
entire career.
well,
So
we knew there were going to be surprises.
Congratulations.
So
thank you.
that's no
Hope
surprise.
to see how well he dances on the ship to Costa del Sol as well.
I
It's
can't
gonna
wait
be
for you to
fantastic.
see.
How about the rest of you? You were psychologically scarred? I mean, hope.
How the hell is Red gonna ride on a chocobo? What's he gonna do with his tail? And is the tail gonna light the feathers on fire? That's all I'm saying. Have you thought about that?
You can see right there, he's keeping it away. He's careful. He's careful
And
enough
to
to...
see his little tail looks like they put a little tape on it or something. So they,
Hey,
It's like a nitro boost.
I'm not letting you close to my tail.
Well, now that we've broken the case open with these deep-seated, emergent questions, this is for all the group here. We'll start over here with you, Cody. How did you prepare for your roles in Rebirth? Like both the experience and remake, but then also going into this whole new chapter where literally the world opens up before you and we get to explore more of them and their friendships. Like, what was your mentality going into it, and how did you really embrace this sequel?
Well, first and foremost, I'll go back to just prepping the remake, the first game. A lot of research, a lot of research. I had been familiar with Final Fantasy before. My brother was a super fan, so when I was able to break the news to him and share what was going on, he was bouncing through the walls, which is a very special moment. But he was the one that pointed me in the right direction and kind of really shared with me the importance of this game and the connection that the fan base has with it and the characters and how everything is so well thought out and honestly beautifully written. So I just dug deep, man, and I got sucked in and got very addicted, and it was a combination of both, I would say, passion and excitement, and also, fear. There's a lot of expectation, and there was a lot of pressure riding on this game, and
The
more
thing
so, I
I
think,
like-
me putting it on myself simply because I know what this means. I understand the significance to the fan base that has grown up around it.
I don't want
The
to talk
first
over
game
that.
was a lot of hard work and a lot of focus. When it came out and we saw the reaction and people didn't start rioting, I was able to finally take a exhale, and begin to enjoy the moment. And I say that, and it's important because it really gave me the confidence to explore these avenues of storytelling that we go through with Cloud and Rebirth. So it finally put me in this place where I was enjoying the process. I felt like I belonged, and it gave me so much confidence in being able to perform. And I think we have a lot of really cool, juicy stuff in store for you guys, and you're gonna really, really love it. Yeah.
I love that it's really obvious.
You nailed it. Moving on. Love it.
That he just immersed himself in the character.
For me, it was really, really, really awesome. I got to play the game in '97 when it came out. My first RPG. I was excited. I'm like, wow, an RPG with a black character, and he's a leader. Oh, he's running Avalanche. Oh, this is great. Why is he shaking? Because he's mad all the time. And I was like, okay, this is great. This is awesome. So
and that's
the history
legit.
of it
He's
was
a legit
really cool to
fan.
me. Played it, finished it back in the day. And as far as the process, as far as getting into the character, a lot of throw lozenges. Because Barrett is very loud and very gruff, and a lot of the stuff is in his throat and his chest. But we had an excellent crew to help us with Justin and Kirk, our director, and our translators, Ben. We just had, it was a team. And then for me to actually say, hey, can I hear if someone did a line before that so I can hear what they did so I can make sure it's cohesive. It was really cool to be able to play off of Cloud, to be able to play off of my baby girl Tifa and Marlene, and and then finally with Yuffie, and then the banter between me and Red is just fun stuff, and of course Breezy. So it was a process that was welcomed. It was a challenge because we had to put the voice on top of what was already done in mocap, which was a really fun process. So that's me.
Yeah, talking to him, what he could say about it.
I think for me, it's just a lot of YouTube.
Like
so
he's
if
a
anyone here has
legit
made
fan.
YouTube videos about Final Fantasy VII, I've probably watched them. Because I needed a lot. I mean, I didn't play a ton of video games growing up, so I had a lot to catch up on stepping into this role. And I think
with Square not
for
live
both
streaming
games,
this
I
is
think
probably
what
part of their contract.
Maybe is a surprise to some is that we
all
really
live streams
don't
have
know
to come
much going
through
into,
this website.
Like, we don't get scripts ahead of time. I don't even know what I'm recording the day of. You kind of just show up and you're jumping from line to line in different scenes in different parts of the game. So it's really as you go, working with your director. It's kind of a slow process because you're getting context for every single line. And I don't know, is it just that they don't trust us with information? But it is all top secret, even for us. So it's really a on the fly kind of job, which is fun. It's challenging.
But she crushed it.
So I always wanted a PlayStation growing up, and my parents refused to get me a PlayStation, and look where I am now. My favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VIII, and it absolutely transported me when I was a kid, but because I didn't have a PlayStation, I was never able to play 7. And so one of my favorite things about 8 is the music. Music
8
has
was on
always
PlayStation,
been
bro.
My favorite part of
he
any
just out himself,
game or film.
or maybe he played it on Switch when they re-released it.
When I was in middle school, here's a fun fact. When I was in middle school, we'd have like Walkman Day. For those of you who don't know what a Walkman is, it was a CD player, and you could bring it on like a Friday and play your music in recess. And I would bring my Final Fantasy disc and play my Final Fantasy VIII music. But when I booked the role, I consulted two of my very closest friends who were
I think Final Fantasy VIII was on PC as well, but so was 7.
One of that's Ray Chase and Robbie Damon, and
Yep.
And Ray Chase is a bit of an expert in all things Final Fantasy, and because I hadn't played this game, I had to consult and say, hey man, who is Red 13? Help! And he's like, he's one of the OG characters, he's one of the greatest of all time. And then I did a bunch of research, and And I've lost the question.
Yeah, that's right,
Was
Vitaly.
it, how do I get into character? I don't remember anymore.
No, that you did it great, and
Yes.
it's unique. I love you.
Yes.
You're amazing.
Anyway, but the point about the music was that is how I get into character. I play the music beforehand, and that's how I get into character.
By the way, shout out to Amatsu-san, the amazing
Oh,
original composer of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Uematsu-san is an
Uematsu-san, my
absolute
God.
genius. Just a genius. Yeah.
Unreal.
Susie.
Yeah, for those of
We're
you
gonna go
on my
back to the
Patreon, when I posted
Like you did.
when I met Max
my
Middleman and Ray
first
Chase, and we cast them for
introduction
Aurora,
to Final Fantasy and games in general was Final
Max
Fantasy
actually
X,
shared
which is
that little
my
story with
favorite
me.
game of all time.
we were talking and just joking around
Yeah,
about it.
and I
So
played
that's
it
legit.
so much
He had
that
to go
my
to-
mom
he had to go to
would
Ray
see me
Chase
playing
to,
on my PlayStation for hours and hours
figure
a
out
day. And so
who his
any
character
other
was
game
in
I
the
would play,
game.
regardless if it was Final Fantasy or not, she'd be like, "Is that Final Fantasy? Are you playing Final Fantasy?" I'd be playing Kingdom Hearts, and she's like, "Is that Final Fantasy?" So, and when I called her to tell her that, hey, guess what? I'm playing Final Fantasy. But how I actually got into it, she's just a really bratty sister. I always wanted an older sibling growing up. I'm an only child. So I don't know, I guess I just channeled that brattiness I always had in me and manifested it into Yuffie. And she's just this wonderful being. And I remember first seeing her
that's a
in
pretty good
Kingdom
breakdown
Hearts and
of
Advent
Yuffie
Children.
on the surface.
I was like, wow, she's a really cool character. I wonder who she is. And then so, I mean, the rest is history. And I got her, so.
I love that. Well, on the topic of recording, and also over here with you, Britt, if you want to jump in and try and make sure we're not doing the full line thing over here. Have there been any memorable, unique moments during the recording processes, whether it be bloopers, odd encounters, fun moments in the script that kind of just stuck in your mind?
Well, I do think our audio engineer, Justin, did a blooper reel for the second game.
There is one that exists.
The world will never
I don't
see
think
it.
it can be released.
Oh, yeah. There are some sounds, definitely my stomach making certain noises at points. Tifa talks so quietly in a lot of those intimate moments, so I feel like the gain is so high. So anything I would do, he'd be like, but in terms of the second game, I did get to bring my dog to a recording, which was super fun. She was really well behaved, but she did snore and ruin a few takes. So that was our only snafu. But yeah, in terms of the second game, I mean, it's kind of hard because we're all alone. Like, I don't really get to see these guys, which is so strange unless we're doing events like this. But I hope in some worlds the blooper reel gets released for the second game.
Oh, we gotta have
I
it
want to hear
now.
yours, all of yours.
Hashtag
Sorry.
release the
I'll tell you
blooper
what
reel.
one of mine is. Sometimes I warm up my voice in between takes just by going, "Ah!" And so Justin's recorded that, and just at random times will play it for me throughout the session.
Yeah.
And I have like jump scares every time. Susie, you've got something.
I have something. Well, I mean, first of all, every session with Yuffie is an absolute delight. They put me in the evening sessions because she's so energetic and it keeps them awake. But one of them I distinctly remember was because I had a conversation with Max, and he was saying, like, he was telling me, oh man, like that one session that I had, like I had to
Justice
do
for
all
bloopers.
these growls and like animalistic sounds
Bring the
that really
bloopers.
tore up my throat, and Kurt kept like egging me on. He was like, you can do it, you can do it. And then I was like, really? Cause like a lot of Yuffie's lines are very elevated. And so I would just project like, she'd just be talking like really excitedly. And then every few lines, Kurt would be like, oh, are you okay? Do you need to take a break? Like, are you sure? We can take a break. Like, I know you've been, it just hurts your throat. Like,
Meanwhile, I'm going for like 2 hours, and Kirk is like, come on, man, can you do a little more for us? Can you push a little harder? It sounds like you're kind of slacking a like
so he
price
treated me
for
like
the
a delicate
bloopers is
little
steep.
flower.
I'm gonna have a discussion with Kirk after this.
Cody, John, you guys got anything?
Yeah, I got something.
Go for it.
It's from Remake. Are any people out there who haven't played it yet? Show a hand.
They not dare raise their hand.
Okay. I'm not gonna judge. I promise you, but I'm not.
He's gonna judge.
Spoiler away.
I saw
There isn't
one
a-
hand.
Here I saw like a few over
singular
here.
hand.
I promise you, I won't give a
Two.
spoiler away because that's not me. I didn't hear that, but much love to you, baby.
No worries.
So there was a scene that was very unexpected that happened in President's office that I wasn't prepared for. And I'm watching it first because I'm like, let me watch the scene so I can get it down. And I didn't look at the lines. I'm going, there's a lot of grunts, so okay. And I'm watching it happen. I'm going, oh no. Well, there goes my paycheck. And that threw me to a point where I was like, Kirk, Justin, I need to use the bathroom. And I look in the booth and Kirk's like, we didn't tell him that was coming. I'm like, yeah, I know where your car is, Kirk. But that threw me, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
That was a really good Kirk impression, by the way. That was good. That was really good.
I got Kirk and Justin.
That's great, man.
Sometimes I even get Cody, but I'm not going to do that because my man's right here.
I have a lot of funny things that happen in
I know
this
where your
game,
car is.
in Rebirth. And I don't want to allude to too much because it does involve spoilers and things that occur within the game. But I will say this. There was a session that I had, and within the game, I feel like I'm safe to say this, something
When I was
happens to
recording my
Cloud,
death
and
scene.
Let's say he just transforms into something outside of himself for a second. And
What did you just say?
yeah. And,
Too much. That's too much.
I feel
What
like
did
I'm
you
safe.
just
I feel like I'm
say?
safe. And I had to do one of the craziest scenarios and speak a different language in many ways. And it was so funny that it took me probably 30, 40 minutes to get through
What?
this chunk of dialogue. And when you guys see what I'm saying and play it in the game, I feel like you're
What?
going to laugh your ass off too. Because it's ridiculous in the
What?
best way.
I'll actually give a quick anecdote too, because now I can, because I'm part of the cast now, which is fun.
Excuse me, sir? What did you just say?
So when the audition came through for Vincent, it was like all of my energy went into this. I needed to do this. I think I asked for an internet spirit bomb on socials for it even. Like it was so important to me. And usually when you audition for things, you hear back often within a month or 3. This I didn't hear back for 9 months. And I just considered it the one that got away. Like every now and then I'd be driving and be like, it was so close. But some of the people in the production knew how much this meant to me, and they got me in to do some more background voices on Rebirth. I was like, hey, well, at least I get to be a part of this one too. Come into the session, they're like, we're gonna go ahead and put up a little camera. They just get sort of facial motion capture reference. I'm like, okay, and they had me read some lines. It was like Nibelheim Boy 3, and it's like, all right, so here's the Japanese ref. He's very young, and it was like 12 years old. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, just give it a shot. It's awful. I'm like super nervous, sweating in the booth. Like, why did they bring me in to embarrass me? And then suddenly the screen starts glitching out, and there are pop-ups happening all across the script. And like, what is going on? Like, sorry, we're having a tech issue. And the screen goes to black, and then the little text bubble comes up that says, or how about you play a different character? And then Vincent's HUD-shot
That's
comes
awesome.
in.
That's so cool.
That's
Oh.
Pranked me
That's awesome.
to reveal it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I will never let any of you see that video. It's super embarrassing.
That's an awesome way to let him
Ask
know he got
Kirk
the
for
role.
it.
I'll try to find it, guys.
Something for
I
it.
got you.
Cody,
That's awesome.
Cody, you'll airdrop to that to me? You'll airdrop that to me? Yeah, cool.
I should have said nothing. Actually, and for each of you, because each journey is different, I'm curious, what was each of your independent journey to getting into voice acting? And from your journey, what do you think is one little tip you could give to aspiring voice actors?
Yeah,
out
there's a
there?
lot of possibilities that could be.
For
Are
me,
you looking at me?
I don't know, man. I'll jump off on this one. So this is my first real introduction to voice acting. I did some of it when I was a kid, but it was so little and insignificant that I wouldn't even really consider it as past work. So I'd say this is my first real thing. Again, I'm next to some like real professionals, and
Yeah,
I'm
King,
grateful to
like,
be a part of it. Like,
Cody
whether it's
Christian
really-
just
I've learned so much from day one. To where
Said a
I'm
little
sitting
bit
now.
too much about one of his spots
as
in the
far as
game.
getting into it, I feel like others have so much more insight. But I will say this is that voice acting. I've been doing on-camera stuff, film and TV. Voice acting is
That
opened
was
a whole new
insane.
world of storytelling for me, and anybody that feels that itch of wanting to tell a story and wanting to connect through this format of art, I think voice acting is so worth pursuing. And I'll let the others who have actual insight and information maybe point you in the right direction. But I'm just so happy to be here and be a part of it. And again, I'll reiterate, I've learned so much from everybody, like for real. And I'm just humbled to be here. So I'm gonna let them handle that.
I met Cody and John for the first time yesterday, and I'm so happy I finally
Square
got to
just
meet these guys,
tweeted,
but I
it's
told Cody
official.
this.
Matt Mercer is the voice of Vincent Valentine in Final
Playing
Fantasy
through the
VII
game and
Rebirth.
listening to his performance, I would not in a million years have guessed that this was his first voice acting gig. Not in a million years. He sounds so natural, so good, so multi-dimensional as the character. I
Cody
absolutely
Christian was
love
born
his
to play
performance.
Cloud
So,
Strife.
you
I said
rocked it,
that
man.
Thank
Really
you so
rocked it.
much.
midway through the first game.
For me,
he was born to play this role.
My journey getting into it, every day for like 10 years, I would pray to my shrine of Matthew Mercer at home. Please, God Mercer, please. No, actually, so I was a pre-med student for 4 years, and then I switched to theater, and I was about to drop out of college. I called my parents. They were like, just change your major, stupid. And so I did, and I got my theater degree around the same time I got a voiceover agent. It happened to be the same agent as, well, I'll say this. For about 2 weeks, I went into the agency, and I was extremely nervous. I felt very out of place, like I shouldn't be there. And nobody said hi to me in 2 weeks. And there were like, I don't know, 50, 100 people who went through that office. Until one day, this gentleman sitting on the couch next to me said, "Hey, you're new here. I'm Matt. What's your name?" And that's this guy right here. He was the first person in the industry to welcome me. And I've never forgotten that, and I don't know if I've ever told him, but it meant so much to me. As far as tips, I would say voice acting is acting. So
This is a great
acting
panel.
classes.
I don't even.
For me, my biggest.
This is a
tip
great panel.
This was what helped me the most was mimic everything. Everyone, every character, everyone you know, come up with different characters, different voices. That's how you develop your repertoire of voices, is you've just got to like try stuff. One of my voices that I do often, I won't say which one of my voices it came from a Vine star back in the day. And I just from me trying to mimic whatever he was doing. And now I use that for like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, start mimicking stuff.
Saitama, One Punch Man. I think he's talking about One Punch Man.
How about you, Susie?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so emotional. I'm still recovering.
Same.
Well, I never really had any acting background or any background in the entertainment industry. I was working at a 9-to-5 job. But then I had been working there for a while and I wasn't really feeling it.
Right, yeah, this is just a great time, right?
But the company started to let go of entire departments, and mine included. And it just so happened that at the time, my friend was visiting PAX East for some conference. We hadn't seen each other in like 10 years. And he was like, I remember you really like video games and anime and stuff. Like, I'm helping to run a studio. Would you like to audition for something? Just, for the heck of it. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I got into that project, so I had to like fly back and forth to Dallas to record it. And then at the time, once I finished it, as soon as I finished it, I was actually at the airport, and then I got a call from the CEO being like, "I'm sorry, you gotta go. You're fired." Which was fine. I was already kind of out the door anyway. But fast forward, I was like, you know what? I could either go back to a 9-to-5 job and feel kind of the same, or try out this voice acting thing that was really fun. It was a really fun experience for me.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what?
Follow your dreams,
I'll give
people.
it a shot. I'm not employed
You gotta
right
take
now,
a
so I
chance.
might as well give it a shot.
You gotta take the chance.
So I did. And then as soon as I made that decision, COVID hit. So that was great timing. But long story short, my roommates at the time decided to move to LA, and I had to make a second decision if I was gonna move forward with that again, because LA is quite expensive, and I didn't really have a backup plan. So I was debating really hard back and forth, like, should I do this? Should I keep going? And I was really, really scared about the consequences, but I gave myself 6 months to succeed, to just do anything and maybe pick up from there. And the day after I arrived to LA was the day I received the audition for Yuffie from Final Fantasy.
It's a great story. It's a wonderful story.
And it literally changed my life. Like, without Yuffie, I probably would not be here. Like, in voice acting, period.
I was like, we wouldn't be on this
Was it 9
panel.
months, like Matt? That you, from audition to
I
booking?
think they were on a deadline, so I think maybe 3 months max. But
They gave you the special 9-month
They
treatment.
did. Well, they knew apparently very quickly, but they were just sitting on it.
That was prank number
they
2.
wanted to torture you.
I think they're waiting for the lines to be ready, or they wanted to torture me.
I think mine was like I auditioned and then like same day I got the call.
Well, you know.
Oh, well.
Kidding, joking. But it was so late in the process. It was like everybody had already booked their characters, and then like towards the last 3-4 months of recording, I auditioned, and so they actually did have to like get me in very quickly to record the ending of the game.
Yeah, because you rounded out the entire game.
Yeah, yeah.
How about you, Britt and John?
Oh, well, dang it. I'm listening to the stories and going, wow. For me, when I was in college, I played football. And, you know, I went to theater. I got a scholarship to play football, then wound up getting another scholarship to go for my master's. And
His
won
son's a hell of a
master's in theater.
basketball player, too.
So, you know, I went to school with theater, but the football mentality was still like, well, you know, I'm going to go to class, but I'm going to go to the club because that's what we do. And I would go to the club, and we were just talking about this with somebody. I wouldn't just go to the club to go dance. I would go to the club, sit in the balcony, because I went to this guy's club who I adore and love, and basically came to Minneapolis to play ball to meet this cat, Prince. And I would go to his club, and got to meet him, and everybody else wound up dating a dancer, all this custom. Was like, it was fun. It was a fun ride, right? But I would sit up in the balcony, I would watch people, you know, order a drink, or they would dance and this. And I would go to the club with my friends, my teammates or whatever, and I would say, look, this is how they sound. I'm going to do their voices. And I would do their voices, and da-da-da-da, and then all of a sudden I found out there's teammates behind me, and then other people behind me, they go, hey, man, do it again. What about them? And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I think they sound like this. And then one of my frat brothers who played basketball and went on to go to the NBA, 2 of them, Walter Bond and Willie Burton, they're like, you know you can do this for a living. I'm like, what? They're like, you can do this for a living. I'm like, So I booked my first job in college. My professors got all upset. I'm not going to mention their names. But I booked this job, and I had to play off of a fake cartoon. So they would put up a cardboard thing on the desk, and I was supposed to be the artist that created him. Did that job, and was like, this is awesome. I'm okay, this is fun. And then I wound up coming out here, and we got a thing, and I'm like, this is great. So it's fun, and it's been like that ever since '97. But I will say this, as far as advice, you're right. Take a chance. Take a chance on you. You're right. Do everything, mimic everything. Get in front of a mirror. Find different characters. What do you think they sound like? Some of your favorite characters are anime, am I right? How would you do that character not knowing what the voice has already been
Prayers for you,
cast?
Adam. I just saw your message, man.
Get in your head. And I'm going to do this
Thinking about everybody
because
over there right
I didn't
now.
want to do this, but I'm going to do it. This is one of the most humblest dudes in the world. But you got to understand his work ethic. If you don't have a work ethic, you
Yes.
can have a drive. You can have as much drive as you
Yes.
want, but drive will sometimes make you do things that you don't want to compromise who you are in being. okay? But if you have a work ethic
Yes.
and a drive
Yes.
and a creative flow and
Yes.
a desire to do this and a deadline, I'm going to give myself this much time to do it. If you got a plan, go for it. I encourage you to go for it. There's so many different ways to do this. Voice 1, 2, 3. Hey, can I sit in the studio and watch? How does he sound when he does this? How does he sound when he does this? Go for it.
Yes.
Don't let anybody tell you you can't. Go for it. And then come up with these voices and have fun in doing it. Pursue it. I'm not saying quit your day jobs. Because the beginning is like, man, I got $2. But go for it and do it on the side and have fun doing it. And I encourage you to do it because we need more creatives. Everybody in this room came up for a reason. We're fanboys and fangirls. You know the process. You know what it's like. All you got to do is figure out where you get in. All right? So I
Yeah,
encourage
exactly.
you to go for it.
Exactly.
Hope to be working with you in the booth one day.
Alrighty, I guess we're trying to move here on the time bits here into the community Q&A with the questions that were asked here.
I'm going to watch this.
We're gonna
I'm
lightning
going to watch
round
this
one
panel
before
again
we get to our
later.
surprise
This is
at
a
the end of
good
the
panel.
So to start with this, let's say, Britt, since you were up next anyway, what is it that you like the most about Tifa Lockhart as a character?
I mean, Tifa's truly incredible. I think that she's so dynamic, and I think my favorite part about her is her moral compass. No offense, Barrett, but I think that Tifa she's gone through so much trauma, and she is motivated by revenge and anger, which I think we all can identify with, but she still, despite that, is always the one to kind of step back and think first and question her morals and ethics in terms of what they're doing. And I love that about her. And I think that she puts her friends first. She's so caring. I think a therapist would tell her she needs to create some boundaries. And but I do love that about her. And I think voicing her is it's really the role of a lifetime, because I get to play these really intimate, emotional moments with Cloud, but then she's doing these like crazy, badass, heightened, high stakes screaming and fighting, and it's really the role of a lifetime. So I'm really so grateful.
I love that. We'll do a quick lightning round on this next question down the row, starting with, I'll start with you, Kay. I know, we're mixing it up. Do you have a warm-up routine before recording?
Oh yeah, that's an easy one. Just a whole pack of cigarettes, a couple shots of whiskey. Does the trick. Please don't take that seriously. Nothing crazy. I just the la-la-las and a lot of vocal exercises. Drink some hot tea, and wing it.
Love it. About you, John?
Same thing. A lot of hot tea, a lot of throat lozenges before and after, and go in and think like a dad, think like a leader, and think with love for the planet.
I love it.
Can't you hear it screaming?
A lot of vocal exercises. I learned like early high school theater that I'm still doing in the car. Lots of like, what to do to die today at a minute to do. I think distinctly, a lot of like tongue twisters so that your mouth is warm. People next to me at traffic are probably like, what the?
I get on all fours, I howl at the moon. And then as I'm driving to studio, I sing so loudly in the car.
I asked the studio to schedule me in the afternoons, past 2 p.m. after I'm awake.
That's valid. Fair. Yeah, singing. I have playlists for different character vocal timbers, and so if it's like a very smooth, high voice, kind of younger character, I'll sing in that realm to kind of get myself in the mood. If it's like a deeper, guttural, bestial thing, then it's like all death metal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Going to this next question here for Cody. Just listening to your voice work, you were able to express Cloud's personality in a way we've never really seen before. What side of Cloud do you enjoy voicing the most?
That's a good question.
I think Cloud is such a goofball at the end of the day, right?
He's
And
got
that's
it.
something that I love about it, the duality and the emotional depth that he has. I don't think anybody is one thing all the time. You know, there's an internal conflict going on with Cloud of this resisting this innocence and this warmness that he has and tenderness that he has, and then it's constantly fighting with, you know, him being guarded and him being stoic and him dealing with all the past traumas that he's dealt with. But my favorite part about it is when he can be kind of goofy, kind of corny, and we see that side of him. Also, the vulnerability. I think there's a beautiful, vulnerable side of Cloud.
He just summed up the whole character
didn't
beautifully.
Get to come out a whole lot in the first game, but we definitely explore it here in the second one, and I think people are gonna like it.
Nice. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
And I think it's time for us to get to our mystery event here for the panel. Fun little surprise. I hope you're all excited about it. All the way from Japan, we have a very special guest. Will you please bring to the stage Naoki Hamaguchi, the director of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yep. There he is.
Joined by his translator, Hinano.
Told you all. Well, that's not news. A lot of people knew he was in New York, so. This dude's going to be a rock star director after this game. Just like
Thank you so much for being here. It's a huge honor for all of us to have you. We're so excited for the work you're doing on this project. Unfortunately, producer Katase-san could not be here today, but we do have a special video message from him for all of you.
And that was the other
Japan.
part.
If we can go ahead and play that for us.
Somebody there and somebody on video.
プロデューサーの北瀬です。本作を彩る素晴らしい声優さんたちによるパネルをお楽しみいただけているでしょうか。本来ならば浜口と一緒にニューヨークにお伺いする予定だったのですが、行けずに残念でなりません。皆さんと一緒にパネルを楽しむことができないのですが、本日は日本から映像で楽しみたいと思っています。ファイナルファンタジー7リバースはミッドから脱出して、いよいよ広大なワールドマップの探索へと繰り出します。心に残るキャラクターたちと共に忘れられない体験を皆さんに提供したいと思いますのでお楽しみください。それでは皆さんパネルを引き続きお楽しみください。ありがとうございました。
Straight to the point.
Thank you very much, Katase-san. Now, to you, Hamaguchi. We talked about this earlier, our opinions, our reactions, but now we get to go directly to the source. What was your internal development process in getting Red 13 onto a chocobo?
He already knew what he was saying.
What was it that inspired you and got you to that final finish
line? He already knew what he was saying.
はい、先ほども少しお話ししましたが、とてもお聞きしたいことがあります。レッド13についてですが、どのようにチョコボに乗るか、今回チームはどのように決めたのでしょうか。そしてその会話はどのようなものだったでしょうか。
レッド13をどう載せるかっていうのは確かにチームでもディスカッションしていました。で、担当のデザイナーが実際に載せたデータを作ってきたらですね、非常に可愛くてですね、これぜひ採用したいなと思って、クリエイティブディレクターの野村にも話したらもう OK で、もう一個はあと今回チョコボって空を飛ぶチョコボもいるんですけど、そうするとレッドさんって空飛べないじゃないですか。尻尾ぐるぐる回してヘリコプターに飛ぶわけにもいかないんで、なので今回はこのようにしたんですけど、どうですかねそれで。
So there was a bit of a debate among the team about this topic.
Agreed, Aaron. I completely agree with that.
So one of the designers had gone ahead and created a file of Red 13 riding a chocobo, and this was just so adorable that we just had to take it to our creative director, Nomura-san, and he reviewed it and just immediately said yes. So we went ahead. There's more. We went ahead with that, and so in Rebirth we actually also have flying chocobos too, but I don't know if everyone wants to see Red 13 flying around the sky with his tail spinning around like a helicopter.
Actually, I do want to see that.
That's amazing. Yeah. Now, actually, I'm gonna kind of jump in here and do a question selfishly for me regarding Vincent. On the original game, he was an optional character, technically. But, you recruited him, right?
right?
I recruited him. We all recruited him. Why was he optional to begin with?
原作の「ファイナルファンタジー7」でヴィンセントは任意加入キャラでしたが、そもそもどうして彼は任意加入キャラだったのでしょうか？
当時私もまさに一ユーザーだったので
He's like, "What's my call, bro?"
原作がなぜか私もわからないんですけど、今作のリバースではヴィンセントに関しては必須キャラにしています。なぜだかまたわかりますか？
So, I actually have the same question. I was a player at the time the original title came out, so I'd like to know why too. But I can say that for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, he is going to join your team no matter what.
That's all I wanted.
I'm sure that you know why we had to do that, right, Matt?
I'm very thankful. Actually, and to that point, just while I got you in the hot seat, because there's too much power here, and I'm enjoying it. If you, the director of this project, had to choose between recruiting Yuffie or Vincent, which would you pick?
今回ディレクターとしてヴィンセントかユフィどちらかを仲間にできるとしたらどちらを選びますか？
いや、スージーのユフィもヴィンセントのマットも両方とも大好きだし、やっぱ2人いるのにちょっと選ばせるのはちょっと若干残酷じゃないですか。私2人に関わらず全キャラクター皆さん含めても大好きです。I love you です。
I mean, with Susie as Yuffie right here and you, Matt, as Vincent right here, I really cannot answer this question. I really love all of the characters that are involved in FF7, along with those two. So that's my answer.
How very politically even.
I'll just have to fight you for it in the game.
Try me.
Bring it on, old man.
Are we getting some lines back and forth here?
Look, everyone needs a good nap every now and then. And I'm here. I'm asking another personal question. So, Katase-san, who has been the director of so many incredible games, Final Fantasy VI, 7, Chrono Trigger. Thank you.
Chrono Trigger.
You grew up with a lot of these games too, if I recall, and inspired you to become a game developer. What is it like to now technically be his boss?
When are we getting a new Chrono Trigger? Ask that question. And the way this game's looking, I want Hamaguchi to direct it.
今彼にとって浜口さんはちょっと上司的な関係になっているかと思いますが、それはどのような感じでしょうか？
そうです。本当に彼がディレクションしたゲームっていうのを私は子供の頃にプレイして、やっぱその影響で私も自身もゲームのクリエイターになって、もう今この場にいると思っているので、本当に彼自身をものすごく私の中でリスペクトしています。ただそれと同時に今はやっぱり同じ作品を作る同士なので、やっぱ時には私が厳しいことも言うし、彼も厳しいことを言うようなそういう中ですかね。
Yes, so the works directed by Kitase-san definitely had this major impact on me back when I was playing these games in junior high school. So I deeply respect him very much in this way. And now here we are, being creators and colleagues at this job of creating. And with that, sometimes I'll say some harsh things to him, and he'll say some harsh things back at me. But looking back at it all,
but we can take it because
really
we're professionals.
Quite fateful that we would work together.
Thank you.
I love that. And to round off this wonderful interpersonal Q&A that we all get to just focus and drive our energy towards you, there are many wonderful reveals in the recent trailer. I like to think that Vincent was one of them. But the real star of that trailer would have to be the segue.
What was the impetus, the inspiration for this particular vehicle choice alongside things like the tiny Bronco and the high one? Why is the Segway so important?
That's great.
特に気になっているトレーラーの中の真のスターであるセグウェイのような乗り物についてですが、これについて少し教えてください。
このゲームはさっきにもチョコボ出ましたけど、結構ワールドマップの探索にはチョコボを使うんですよ。なのでせっかくリゾート地に行ったのに、なんかその中でチョコボに乗りたくないじゃないですか。なので何かリゾートっぽい開放感のあるような乗り物がないかなっていう時に、まさにセグウェイのような我々ウィリーって呼んでるんですけど、っていう乗り物にたどり着いたっていう。やっぱりこのゲームってやっぱりシリアスとコミカルが混ざっているのが非常に好まれるので、まさにクラウドがウィリーに乗っているものは非常に皆さんに注目されて。
He's having a great time. Look, he's just having a great time up there.
So, in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you may be spending a lot of time adventuring through the world map on a chocobo, but thinking about Costa del Sol, which is a resort town, it may be a little odd or cumbersome to be on the chocobo, and I really want people to have fun navigating around this place. So I was like, what's a new and exciting way to get around this place? And I thought, this two-wheeled Segway-like vehicle had come to mind. And of course, throughout the Final Fantasy series, we just have, this theme of sort of having a serious undertone with these very comical elements interspersed throughout. And, the sight of Cloud riding it is just really funny. And I'm happy that this vehicle is getting noticed.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, friends, it looks like we are just about out of time for this panel. Before we finish up, though, I want to ask Hamaguchi-san and the rest of the panel here, are there any final thoughts that you want to leave the wonderful audience, both here and at home, with? Anyone?
We love you too, man. Real shit. We love you too, man.
You guys are going to be absolutely blown away by this game. It is so expansive. It is so amazing. Now that you get to get out of Midgar and explore the world, it's going to be so incredible. I think you guys are going to absolutely fall in love with it.
Visually, audibly, play-wise, team attacks. You guys are gonna have a blast. I tell everyone, I hope you record your reactions and put them on social media so we can see them, because it would be a joy for us to see you guys having a great time playing this one.
I'm just so happy for all of us to be together and all of us to finally meet in this game.
And thank you guys all for coming. This is it's not easy to get.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Truly.
I would love to chime in and I think I speak for all of us and say, we really wouldn't be in this position. We wouldn't be able to make this game. We wouldn't be able to tell these stories without you guys, without the support and the genuine love that you provide. So as much as this is from you, thank us for being here. No, the reality is thank you guys for being here and thank you for supporting Final Fantasy. And this new game, I'm gonna say it like this, it's a hell of a ride, so strap in.
Hamaguchi-san.
そうですね、今日はもうこんな豪勢な声優の皆さんと、またコミコンにこのパネルに参加してくださった皆さんと非常に楽しい時間を過ごせて本当に光栄です。またファイナルファンタジー7リバースは2月29日発売です。まさかと思いますけど、皆さん予約してない人いないですよね。皆さん一緒に盛り上げていきましょう。Thank you.
It's an absolute honor to be here at Comic-Con today with you all, with the greatest voice actor and everyone on the panel here today. I had so much fun. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be released on February 29th. And I don't think there's anyone out here who hasn't pre-ordered it yet, right? Please look forward to it. Let's make it a great game. Thank you so much.
Thank you. One final round of applause for the amazing voice cast of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the game director, Hamaguchi-san. Thank you all so much for coming here. I've been your humble host for this panel, Matthew Mercer. Enjoy the heck out of New York Comic-Con. Love you all. Good night.
That was great.
Yes, indeed. Thank you all so much for joining us
That was
right
a great
here
panel.
at the main stage.
That was a great panel. I really had a good time with that. That was amazing. So, yeah, that was amazing. That was a great time. So much fun. The energy was off the charts. I don't even care that we didn't get like some kind of like video or reveal or anything like that. I don't even care. Like, it was just so fun. It was fantastic. So, thoughts, closing thoughts on that, everybody. What are we taking away from that? What are we thinking? First, I'm thinking I probably got to turn my volume down a little bit. Let's see. All right. Yeah, so there was a lot of good stuff in there. Like, just seeing that those people, Cody Christian, all right, Cloud's voice actor, was grinning ear to ear the whole time. He was grinning ear to ear the whole time. And my biggest takeaway from this whole thing is that this group and all these people, and we've known this, but confirmed, they have a real love for this game, and they were very honest. Like the people, like Britt Barron, she was like, I wasn't much of a gamer, but I got pulled into this and the characters. And I know for a fact that John Eric Bentley is a big fan. Like, not just Final Fantasy VII, he's a big Final Fantasy fan. Like, he loves JRPGs, gaming, all that kind of thing. It's big. So, did he spoil? Cody let something slip. He has like an out of body, like a transformation for like a moment, and gets himself under control. I think he's most likely referring to when Cloud starts acting weird. Like when Cloud starts really acting weird and he's resisting the call of the reunion. And of course, you know, he has a freak out on Aerith. Of course, he gives the black materia to Sephiroth eventually, but there will be little moments leading up to that. And I've already got some thoughts on that now. But yeah, he started, and you could see him trying to catch himself. You could see him trying to catch himself. And even John Eric was next to him, and he the body language, you could read the body language. It was like, don't say too much, don't say too much. But that was funny. So, yeah, I am really excited about where this is going. Everything they said. I think it's going to be over 100 hours if you do everything, honestly. With Remake and Rebirth and whatever the third game is going to be called, like I did that video, it's going to be about 250 hours for the whole experience. Like all three games, 250 hours. I think that's a pretty easy call. But yeah, this is pretty incredible. Like it was a good time. And as soon as Matt Mercer walked on stage with the red and black on underneath his jacket, I was like, he's dropping that today. I loved the story about how the team, and it told me that the team is having fun with this, right? The team is having a lot of fun with this too, because Matt shared that story about how he found out he was playing Vincent. Oh, playing a little kid, okay, and everything glitched out and went black. A little word bubble comes. Like, let's have you try to play a different character. And then it was Vincent, and he lost his mind. I mean, I would love to see that reaction, and I want to see the blooper reel, He tried to unspoil his spoiler. That's right. That's funny. Yeah, so I had a really good time with that. And John's speech about, you know, having a dream, following that, and, but also needing to have a work ethic and a drive with a work ethic plus creativity and a plan. You can do anything you want. And, and Susie was talking about her experience like during COVID, and she changed from a 9-to-5 job to start doing this on the side. That made me feel so good, because that was when I got away from my 9-to-5, and that was like my story straight up. You know, I did a 9-to-5 for years. You know, when COVID hit, I was late 30s and just doing the 9-to-5 thing and doing this a little bit here and there. And then COVID hit, I decided to do my own thing. So that story spoke to me. I hope it spoke to some of you all too, but it really did. That was amazing. I love the panel. 10 out of 10 experience. That was one of the funnest panels. I've watched a lot of panels. I do a lot of comic book conventions. I do a lot of like different types of conventions. I go and see some of the panels when I'm there. I've done a lot of panels. That was one of the funnest I've ever seen, and you can just tell they were having a great time with it. So I'm really excited. So anyway, I'm gonna call it right there. Thank you so much, everybody who tuned in. We had a record-breaking stream today. This was a record-breaking stream for me. At one time, we had 325 people watching. 85 likes. Thank you to the 85 of you who liked the video. I really appreciate that. That means everything. That lets other people see this and say, hey, that was worth watching. I'm going to go watch it. So thank you. That helps me grow. So if you're still here and you have not liked the video, and there are a bunch of you that haven't, go ahead and just click the like button for me. It's real easy to do. Just go ahead and do that. And hey, what's up, bud?
I'm almost done.
I am almost done. I am almost done. High five. All right, I'll be out in just a minute, okay? I'm finishing up. Sound good?
How many more? Will it take 20 minutes?
Nah, I'll just take a few minutes, okay?
How many?
Like this many. What? All right.
3 minutes?
About 3 minutes, okay? Okay. All right, I'll be out in a minute, okay? But yeah, so like I said, throw a like on the video for me. It helps out. I'm gonna hop off here. I've got to go do Megatron's voice for probably the next 20 or 30 minutes. Armada Megatron, not old school Megatron. I can't do Frank Welker, but I could do Beast Wars and Armada Megatron just fine. Yes, I can do voices too. So anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll catch you all later. And like I said, next week we're rolling out cool stuff on the channel, scheduled shows, all that kind of stuff. Your boy's rocking. Y'all keep rocking. Have a great day, and I will catch you all later. Peace.